What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Reload Show. Three guys sitting around talking about the mortgage industry, life, accountability, awesome stuff. So with me today, as always, I have the one, the only candid mortgage guy, Candido Diaz. Mark Sullivan is with us as well, the Chiefs fan. I'll let you guys decide whether that's good or bad. And I am Sean Richard. Thank you so much for joining us today. Excited to be here today. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What is happening?
Fantastic. How are you?
Really good start to the week. Feeling great. Got a new haircut.
That makes one of us feeling great. I know, Candido, you mentioned that you were not feeling at your best. I'm not 100% today either, but we're here nonetheless because it's all about the accountability and putting in the work, right, guys?
For
That's
sure.
right.
For sure.
Gotta keep showing up.
That is true. All right. Well, for those of you who are joining for the first time, if you're checking us out on our YouTube channel, appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you can get notified of all of the latest episodes that are coming out on the Next Level channel. If you're watching us directly through StreamYard, welcome. Glad to have you here as well. So we kick off every week with wins and losses, talking about, hey, what are we having success with? What is maybe kicking us in the tail? And that way we can help overcome those things. So let's see. Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about your past week and what's gone well and what didn't?
Sure, absolutely. Wins, more contracts. I was better than a nationwide competitor that I was able to secure that contract this weekend by a whole point, by more than a whole point, which was crazy on a VA loan. And so got really excited about that. Got a bank statement pre-approval out there for a borrower that honestly was turned down, quite a few times. And it's nice to be able to, tell somebody yes when they all they expect is a no. So a lot of good stuff there. Honestly, my wins have just been conversations. I started I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I started a new networking group. I am one of the founding members of this group, and about half of them are people I've never met, and the other half are people that I know really well, which I think turned out to be a good situation because the people that I didn't know, I got that nice third-party warm introduction to the group, and I got to have great conversations throughout the week with people that I've never met before. That I think are going to be great referral partners for me, and hopefully that I can return the same. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of losses other than the fact that, hey, it's, the market itself is kind of a loss right now. The pipeline's not what it should be, but all in all, I'm having the conversations I'm supposed to have. And I know if I keep doing that, it'll all work itself out in the end. What about you, Candido?
Yeah, so changing of the seasons here in New England. So it's going to be allergy season for everyone. So it's fantastic. You could chalk that up as a loss. So I wanted to talk about my experience getting a new cell phone. So this could be on the both wins and losses. Loss. We got completely lied to, direct to my face. You basically, when you switch cell phone providers, need a specific PIN in order to change it. Guy just, went ahead and gave it to us. We were, wow, that was really easy. That was really nice of him. Had a great conversation. Yeah, it wasn't even close to what we needed. So I have a lot of swear words I'd like to say to that guy, but it reminded me. It reminded me of what we do, right? There's a lot of big lenders that may just go ahead and say whatever it takes to try and get the deal, and then in the end, it turns out to be something completely different. So, yeah. And then, I guess my win would be I ended up getting someone who knew what they were doing, and we were able to get it all squared away. So I didn't really ever think getting a cell phone, and I could relate it to go ahead and in mortgages, the experience at least. But yeah, it was directly like it, and yeah, I got lied to. So that was my week. How about yours, Sean?
Fun stuff. Man, I had two wins that I want to try and quickly share with you guys. So one of which was really cool. So we're always prospecting for business, and I am hyper focused on building my online review presence, and I preach that to real estate agents. I talk to my the loan officers on my team about that, how important those reviews are. And so last Tuesday after this show, I received an email from a somebody who lives in California looking to buy an investment property where I am here in Texas, and they said, "Hey, I found you online, and you had fantastic reviews. I was wanting to see if you could help me with this purchase." And so I scheduled a call for Wednesday with this person, went through a discovery call. He applied, worked up the numbers, had an additional, had a follow conversation, went over everything. And ultimately on Thursday, that second follow call, I was able to get him to confirm and say, "Hey, I want to move forward with you, Sean." So in a matter of 48 hours, thanks to my reviews online, I got a $370,000 purchase, basically out of thin air. And so that was a huge win. And to make that scenario kind of even better is I took that win and I did a post about it in my private Facebook group for real estate agents. And from that post that I actually did a video. From that video I had an agent that I haven't done any business with yet reach out and said, "Hey, can we schedule a call for later this week? I'd love to have you show me how to get my Google business page up and running so that way I can accomplish the same thing." So got a new deal and got a new agent meeting out of that one piece, all from my online reviews. So I thought that was really, really cool. And it really showcased the power of focusing on the review part of our business. And then, second, well, you know what? I tell you what, we'll leave it at that. We got a lot to get to today, and I don't know if I could top that win for me personally. Loss, I had a client that emailed me the other day that said, "Hey, Sean, I've elected to go in a different direction with another lender." In the past, 3, 4, 5 years ago, the old me would have been a little bit more frustrated about that. This is a client that I would say didn't always wasn't always transparent with me about what they were thinking and doing, even though I was trying to ask the right questions to pull that information out. And so I just said, "Hey, thanks for the heads up. I wish you the best." And on to bigger and better things. So I think that mindset, I was thinking about that the other day, and I was talking to my wife about it. And that mindset, which I have not always had, is so critical to my business. Like the ability to just say, "Cool, all right, thanks, move on," and not waste a single extra moment of energy on something that I no longer control and has no longer has a bearing on my business. So anyway, I would say maybe that's a loss, but kind of a win at the same time. I don't know if we could call it both, but
I would say that's a win, to be honest, because we all get those people that are time suckers, and that's the first I've ever heard of a client lying. That never happens to me. So,
I said they were lying.
but
I said they were less transparent than I would have
less
liked them to be.
transparent. Yes, that is the better way to put it. But honestly, Sean, I think that's mindset matters, right? And to me, that's a huge win that you were able to get that off your plate.
I agree. So we've got a pretty good show today, guys. I'm excited to talk about this topic. It's a very, it's very in your face topic right now, especially in not only in our industry but also in our society. And so I'm really glad that we're talking about this today. And so Candido, why don't you kind of kick us off and let everybody in on the secret on what we are going to be diving into?
So we are diving into, along with Next Level as a community, all this month into Chat GPT slash AI. I think it's more AI because there's other parts of it, but a lot of what we're going to be talking about has to do with Chat GPT. So there's a lot of different ways to use it. But today we want to go ahead and give you a few ideas as to some different strategies that we're able to use. So I can go ahead and get started. Other than getting some kick-ass little stories for my 6-year-old to read, because I do that every single night. She eats it up. Yeah, it's a strategy, but it's kind of cool. It's something unique and different that I use for ChatGPT every day. Some things that we're able to use specifically to try and get some social media strategies for referral partners, agents, or even yourself would be a content calendar, right? So a lot of what I like to do and use ChatGPT for has to do around surprise social media. So coming up with a content calendar, and it could be something as simple as trying to go ahead and create the next 7 days or the next month of different ideas and content for social media. But it's a great way to utilize ChatGPT and AI. And the more that you use it, the more that it's going to learn about you. So I think it's really important that we say that, because it just continues to build every single time. Other things would be, for me especially, if I am running out of ideas, which I'm not, but if I want to kind of bounce ideas off of something, I'll often go into ChatGPT, kind of write what I'm thinking, and it'll help give me some inspiration around certain topics. So I think those are a couple of ways to use it. I know I also use it when I'm struggling to create captions. Obviously, ChatGPT or any AI, it's not perfect, right? So you have to go ahead and make sure you're utilizing it correctly, but make sure that you're editing it and putting your own words into it to make it sound like yourself. What do you guys think of those topics so far?
Yeah, I like that. And I think before we get too far in, I know Mark, we were talking about this topic, leading into the show, and you had some really good thoughts, but kind of some preliminary, like some pre-planning. So kind of tell us a little bit about what you mean, when, you constantly say, garbage in, garbage out. Tell us a little bit more about that and kind of dive into how that relates to this particular topic.
Right. And we could do a 3-hour show, and that is just ideas of things you can do with ChatGPT to improve your productivity, improve the amount of loans or deals you close. But when you take you take an idea here, an idea here, an idea here, the main idea or the thing you have to start with is the knowledge that what you give ChatGPT or OpenAI or whatever you're using, what you give to it is what you're going to get back, right? Garbage in, garbage out is another saying that fits that. If you sit down and you just type, like for the first time, you've opened up, you've created a new account, you've got, OpenAI up, and you're like, you're a mortgage loan officer. I want 3 emails trying to sell a cash out refinance. Or you're a real estate agent and I need 5 emails to a buyer prospect. And it's going to give you a lot more than what you just gave it, but they're not going to be very good, right? They're just going to be very generic, just whatever ChatGPT already knows about buying real estate, right? And if you spend some time in your lead-ins to ChatGPT over time, really should evolve into paragraphs. You're dumping just a ton of information into this. And the more you dump into it, the more it's going to learn about you, right? For example, I've got one pulled up that's literally like, if I just read it to you, it'd be a full page long in a Word document. And it basically, like, I want you to act like a mortgage loan officer. Please create a series of content pieces using best practices for all the platforms we are posting to. And you're setting it up, telling it everything that you're going to do, the whole broad spectrum of your marketing tactic here. And you're giving it extremely detailed descriptions of your business, the prospect you're looking for, and what you want them to do as well as the call to action. And I think I could talk for an hour on this. I don't want to, or not. I do want to, but they don't want me to. So just keep that in mind. The more details you give ChatGPT, the better your product is going to be. And if you're lazy with it, you're going to get lazy responses and lazy activity. But I do know that Sean has quite a few of these already in practice, something that I know that he uses every single day. And I wanted to open the floor to him to give more specific examples of ideas that we can use to use ChatGPT in our business.
Yeah, and just to and I'm going to go off script a little bit, guys, for just a half a moment. I'm going to share my screen for just a quick moment because I pulled this up. So I actually have a ChatGPT class that I teach to real estate agents, and just because this applies to what you were just talking about, just this one slide is all I'm going to bring up here. But basically, Mark, what you're talking about is you're talking about prompt engineering, right? You're talking about being extremely detailed with the input that you're giving in. And so for all of you on here, if you want to take a screenshot or write this down, this isn't super complex, but a simple formula to get the best results out of ChatGPT is to give it a role. You know, you are a seasoned mortgage professional. You are a 20-year real estate veteran. Being as detailed as you can. Context. You know, you're a seasoned mortgage professional that is seeking to create a social media presence on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You're being very, very specific. You want to be specific with the information that you're asking of it. So, you know, you're a 20-year veteran of the mortgage industry looking to retool your business to create a large social media presence, which ultimately which the intent of ultimately leading to organic lead generation. Going forward, I want you to create, 5 strategies leveraging social media to build an online presence, generate followers, and ultimately create organic lead generation. And you've gone through you gave it a role. You were very specific with the context of what's going on in this scenario. You gave it specific information like these particular platforms, and then you address the intent. What's the purpose that you are going after? What is the purpose of this particular, what kind of response you're looking for? And then in some cases, like a response format, it would apply. So like if you want a specific, like whether you want an email or whether you want social media posts or whether you want a spreadsheet or a Word document, things like that. Obviously, you want to be very specific with those in your prompt. But I can't tell you how many prompts that I've written that are, Mark, just like you said, they're paragraphs long. So it took me, let's call it a minute and a half to write the prompt, 2 minutes to write the prompt as I'm working through it and making sure I got all my details. But that minute and a half to 2 minutes then saves me hours of doing things on myself on the back end, or having to do my own brainstorming. So I wanted to share that real quick with everybody. But yeah, when it comes to one of my favorite aspects of ChatGPT, it's really the brainstorming, and I think that word isn't used enough with ChatGPT. So I like to ask ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas. So as an example, I might tell ChatGPT, you are a new real estate agent just entering the business, and you need to build a clientele base as quickly as possible, leveraging social media, face-to-face marketing, email marketing, and event marketing. Brainstorm 5 to 10 different strategies to effectively build your audience with a focus on your ideal client being X, whatever you want your ideal client to be. And so ChatGPT is going to turn around and it's going to spit out 5 to 10 ideas. And then you start iterating those ideas. You say, okay, well, here are 10 ideas. I really like the second one, the fifth one, and the eighth one. Okay, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to dive deeper into those. Hey, I really want to focus on idea number 2, 5, and 8. Please provide an expanded, detailed business plan associated with these strategies that can be executed over the next 2 to 4 weeks. And then maybe you go on to say, outline bullet points for each action step in getting these strategies up and running. Detail the tools, resources, materials necessary to execute these strategies as effectively as possible. Provide any additional details that would be beneficial to ensure success with these 3 strategies. And all of a sudden, you've created a complete monster, right? You've taken okay, I've used ChatGPT to help me kind of ideate, to create an idea or to create some inspiration about what I want to do. And then through iteration, I'm able to take those ideas and really hone them down, whittle them down into very specific, actionable information. And that's what I love most about ChatGPT, is it allows us to, it aids the ideation process, right? The process of creating ideas, for those who aren't as familiar with the ideation term. And it aids the ideation process. And it allows us to then take the knowledge that we have and infuse it with the answers that it's giving us to create what I would call a hybrid execution strategy. Basically, the power of artificial intelligence coupled with the knowledge that we as mortgage individuals have. And not only can we do this in our businesses, but we can show real estate agents how to do this and help them grow their businesses, which makes us super, super sticky. So guys, let me pitch it to you guys. Thoughts, additional comments, feedback. What are you thinking?
So, all 3 of us have taught ChatGPT classes, I think specifically to realtors. One of the first things I think we would all agree, pay the $20 a month for the ChatGPT 4. It is light years ahead of the free version. So I think we should kind of take a step back and start pay the $20 a month. It makes a huge, huge difference. That was one thing I definitely wanted to jump in and say.
Yeah, for sure. And on that note, you don't have to pay, don't pay it right away. Get in there, get used to it. 3.5 is a great way to get started, but just know and realize right away that that's not all of it. That's just the free version, right? Once you get into it, once you get into all the bells and whistles and the add-ons and the all the stuff that comes with the paid version, it's just light years better. And you can do this. Teach all your referral partners, right? As a loan officer, we've got real estate agents, we've got financial planners, we've got insurance agents, we got just a lot of different people in different sales industries that can refer us business that we can help further their business and further their industries. And everybody can utilize ChatGPT. So it's not just loan officers, and it's not just real estate agents. For example, I've been working on making a bigger presence in LinkedIn, and let me find this actually. So the LinkedIn post, like a LinkedIn post for, and this is to this is LinkedIn post that's geared to realtors to get them to push information out to their clients. But let's just say home buyers. Can you write a LinkedIn post with a target audience of real estate agents in my professional network, right? And you're telling them, hey, I'm reaching out to people that have already at least seen my name or have seen my face before, right? The sense of urgency is to get this information to their home buyer clients. By getting in front of this, they will reinforce their relationships with their home buyer client, that they have their purchasing power impacted, driving them out of their dream homes and preferred neighborhoods because they may qualify for less due to their student loans. And this whole idea, this whole post was targeted towards. And I started reading the wrong one, but let me phrase this. It was for student loans coming back into repayment, right? I said the primary call to action is to contact me directly, calendar link. The second call to action is to read the full article for more information and sharing it to their databases. And the whole idea, and we got quite a few applications. I knew a few agents that took action on it and got deals for themselves that didn't quite get to me, but they thanked me for it, right? And people didn't realize because they had not paid their student loan in 2 years. I had somebody call me that said, "I'm glad you made that post. I forgot all about my student loans, and I would have been like 30 or 60 days late by now, but I'm going way off onto a tangent here, but it's because I started reading the wrong post and I have no idea how to follow up with it. But basically you can tell ChatGPT exactly what your point is.
All fun and games here, folks.
What you're trying to do. And it will do exactly that.
Well, I love that. And, and I'll kind of end with this on the ChatGPT. So again, like I focus on a lot of my prompts start with, all the details I'm looking for, and then brainstorm, X number of ideas, 5 to 10 ideas, 10 to 20, 20 ideas. And then I just get to go pick the ones that I like that resonate with me. Let's say, I'll give you another example. I am a seasoned, tell ChatGPT, give it a roll. You are a seasoned mortgage originator who's been in the business for 15 years. You're refocusing your business on the ideal client of first-time home buyers who are in the income range between, 90,000 and 150,000 household income. The business, you primarily focus on education and technology to make the experience for these home buyers exceptional. Brainstorm 5 to 10 ideas for a home buyer book that not only educates home buyers on the buying process, but also showcases your expertise as well as your goal of creating an exceptional experience for these clients. And now all of a sudden you've got numerous ideas of different, home buyer guides, home buyer books that you could then read over, say, okay, I like a little bit from this, I like a little bit from that. And then you start piecing it all together, and you can take that one prompt that took you maybe a minute and a half to write, and you can turn that into a complete business idea and then turn around and go execute on that. So if you aren't always sure how to leverage ChatGPT, or if maybe creativity isn't your strong suit, right? And that's okay. Not all of us. I historically am not a hyper creative person. And so if creativity is not your strong suit when it comes to things like marketing, this is a phenomenal tool to get in there and start brainstorming ideas with the help of AI. And then you start to say, oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. And then you just keep iterating until you've got an executable strategy that really resonates with you and your specific business. So I'll kind of end on that. Guys, any any other notes that you guys want to throw out there before we wrap up today?
Yeah, I would say that, this was really just hitting the tip of the iceberg with what we're going to be bringing in future shows throughout the month. We'll get more specific and more detailed about how you can use AI to be more productive in your business. Whether you just need ideas on how to implement, or you need something to almost act as your assistant. OpenAI, ChatGPT, any AI can do that for you. If you have specific questions about the use of AI in your business, if you're a real estate agent, a loan officer, it really doesn't matter. Financial planner, insurance agent, reach out to one of us. All three of us can carry on a very educated conversation on the power of AI and how you can implement it in your business to close more deals. Reach out to any one of us. We'd be more than happy to have that conversation with you. And if you guys don't have anything else, I think we can sign off and say, hey, more AI next week.
More AI next week. Guys, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified when we're going live, when the rest of the Next Level team is going live. Thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate you guys. Candido, Mark, always happy to get together with you guys. I'm Sean, signing off from The Reload Show. Have an incredible week. Go out there and crush it. Talk to you next week.
Bye now.